Ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers from Africa, I saw a video trending on social media, and this video is about our African sister from Nigeria, a single mother with two children. She's living in Germany, and the German authorities came to her house to take away two of her children because the reason given to her is that her children are autistic. And our Nigerian brother is commenting on the issue. And he is of the view that because he's an African and the children also are Africans, that's why the German government want to take her children away from her, because the German people are not having children anymore, and they want to replace their lack of having children with African children. But this is not true. And this is what I call complot theory. Because the German government is a signatory to human rights. And human rights, it was declared in 1924, and child rights is also incorporated in this human right, because children are 1/3 of the world population. So, child rights consist of two major key issues. That is safety and development. What is safety? Safety means a child should not witness domestic violence. A child should not abuse socially, physically, mentally, and psychologically, and sexually. And about development, a child should be given the chance and the right to develop properly. So a child is compulsory to go to school up to the age of 16 and 18 years for his or her development. When a child wants to be a musician, a child should be stimulated. A footballer, the child should be stimulated. Whatever a child wants to be, the parents have to stimulate the child to be whatever the child wants to be. As a parent, you cannot impose what you lack in the past so that you can compensate with your children, and that is child abuse. Unlike, because I heard our brother is saying that when children are born in Europe or in Germany, African children, they should send the children to Africa so that children could be taken proper care of. We should be frank. There are children in Africa, everywhere in Africa, roaming around day to day on the street. They are homeless. They are drug addicts. They are criminals. They are not going to school. They don't have future perspective. And our government is doing nothing. And you want the children who are born in Europe, they have all facilities in Europe to develop properly. So you want these children to be sent back to Africa so that they will worsen the situation in Africa. I didn't say that there is no discrimination in Europe, but we cannot put everything under the umbrella of discrimination in Europe. There are prejudice towards African people in Europe, and this could lead to discrimination. But when it comes to child abuse, we should look at it properly. It is not only the African children who are taken away by the European authorities from their parents. I think maybe 5 or 10% of the African children are taken away from their parents. But the rest, 90% of the children who are taken away from their parents are European children. Because the European government, they are signatory to child rights. They have to take their responsibility. And also, they are investing in the children and they want to see their investment back. That's why they intervene and sometimes intercept the children from their parents if they could not take proper care of the children. But I will tell African people living in abroad, I think we have to organize properly so that when these issues arise, we can engage with the authorities and find a good solution to our problem. But escaping from the problem is not the solution, but we are worsening our situation. Even if this African mother tell the authorities she want to go back with her children to Africa, I think they will give her the permission to go. Nobody is going to hold her back to stay in Germany. If she decides to go back to Nigeria, I think the authorities will give her the right to repatriate to Nigeria. But I don't think this mother would like to go back to Nigeria with her children because she knows the situation she is going to face in Nigeria. So, the African government and the African leaders, I think we should also invest in our young generation so that because our youth are our assets and they are the future leaders, we have to invest in them. That is why we have to organize properly, whether in Europe, in abroad, or in the motherland, we should organize properly. So in case of abroad, I will urge all African communities living in abroad to come together and work together and find a permanent solution to this issue. When these issues arise and the children are taken away by the authorities, we can maybe negotiate with the authorities that instead of that, the children should be sent to other families and shelter. We, within the African community, we are able to receive the children, give them shelter, and give them proper care. I think this should be the solution, but not to send our children to Africa to compound our situation in Africa. Thank you.